we're talking about this one, okay? This is truly happening. Now, you'll notice he has 2 arms, and I have 2 arms. So, I mean, this gives me different places I could be holding on to stuff, right? If my hands are here, yeah, I'm in his half guard, but what's he going to do? This is going to be totally going to be a back take. You know what I mean? Okay. You know, what if I go from here to here? And I'm trying like American. This is, again, totally going to be a back take, right? So we've talked about this. We've talked about this, you know, 1 and 1 or whatever. Okay. This is obviously a back take. What if I have his head? You know, this is, again, because my leg back here, he's either going to tip me this way and be on top of me, or he's going to bump me this way and then he's behind me. You see what I mean? So again, not a great idea, right? And then last week we were talking about, moving from here, we were talking about this one, right? When someone has you here and they're crushing you, you know what I mean? And they can still sweep you this way, or you know, a few other things. But last week, there's also if we go from here to here, this is a legit submission, and he can escape from this by pushing on my tricep and then here, yeah, see what I mean? But last week, what I said I was going to talk about today, what we are going to talk about today, is when the person's 2 hands are here. Why might this occur? Okay? So, let's say I have fought my way past his knees, and we'll talk about this. Some people call this the Z-guard or whatever. We'll talk about this next class, right? How to sweep, how to pass, whatever. I've fought my way past his knees. I've gotten here. Now, it's a hand fight. It's various things happening. Maybe he'd be very wise at this point to arm drag me and go behind me. See what I mean? That'd be a very smart idea. You know what I mean? And I want to get a hold of at least cross body. I want to get at least an underhook. You know what I mean? I want to get at least this, right? But let's say he's pummeling, and you know, maybe I have to. If I get his head, I have to back step to hold on to here and here, so he's behind. You know. But let's just say that I get to the point where I'm like, man, I got to do something to control this guy. You know what I mean? And I can't get his head, I can't get his arms. And if I don't do something quickly, this knee here is going to come back into the party, and then I'm going to lose the progression that I've made. So what do? I just go to here. Is this as good as this? No. But I couldn't get his head. I couldn't get an underhook. I went to here just to have some control across his body so he doesn't get back to his guard. You see what I mean? And this is the position I want to talk about today for the bottom guy. But remember, a couple weeks ago we were talking about passing, how to pass from this position. Actually, I think I was here. But when your leg is trapped here, you can walk your foot up. Remember this one? Walk your foot up, push the leg down, then the guy tries to bridge you this way, and then you step up, right? Let's talk about how to counter that or stop that from happening. So Maz was in my Z-guard. He got past my knee. Now it's a hand fight. He went, he can't get my head and my arms. So he went here. Okay, just to get some control across my body. You see what I mean? This is better than nothing. So what do? You can see he's walked his, down here. He's walked his foot up. And he wants to, push this down to escape his knee. And then he goes from half guard to what do you want to call it? It's a quarter guard. You know what I mean? So what should I do at this point? Okay? I've mentioned before, I definitely don't want this arm down here, because this is going to be maybe an arm lock. You see what I mean? Yeah, or a wrist lock or whatever. You see? Well, what do? From here, I move my hips out, and I can make a butterfly hook under here. See? Like so. So now, even if he escapes his knee, see how right now there's nothing between his knee and past my hip? See? Yeah, see? That's very not good for me. Right? So what do? I make a barrier. Now, you can see there's something between his knee and the ground. He can't pass this way anymore. Right? And you'll also notice I have both. I compare this to making macaroni. I have the fire and I have the lid. You see what I mean? If you have fire and no lid, the macaroni gets out of the pot. Yeah, not that, the other one. You see? See, the macaroni spills out of the pot, and your wife gets all mad at you because you spilled the macaroni all over the stove. You need a lid on the pot, so the macaroni can't get out. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm talking about here? You have the fire, and you have the lid on the pot. You see what I mean? And now what are you going to do? You're going to use this to lift the guy, right? and now you're behind him, and then you choke him or whatever, you know, and your professor gives you a purple dog. Okay, here, Matthew, you do it to me. So, I've gotten past his knees. There's been a hand fight of some kind. I was trying to get head and arm control. I couldn't. And so I end up here, and I'm walking this up now. And Maz knows if I keep walking, yeah, he does this to make a barrier, right? And then he puts a lid on the pot, and then look at this. What? He grabs down here as far as he can, and he lifts me, and he puts this back. Yeah. See, now he's behind me. How many points is this?
4.
4. Is it 2 for a sweep or just 4? It's just 4. He's not on top of me. It's just 4 for a back take. You see what I mean? So he's gone from a very uh-oh position to a very booyah position. Okay? Let me do it one more time. Here, let's do this. So he's here, and my hands are behind him. I don't want to have anything in front of him, especially not under here, right? So I mean, he's walking this foot up. So what do? I move my hips out if need be, and I make a butterfly hook. I have a pot. I have a lid on the pot. Down here, I grab as low as I can, and I can grab anywhere I want. Belt, the back, whatever. And I just lift him, and I put this inside my hook. And now look, I'm behind him. That's 4. And then once you have a guy's back, maybe you choke him, or maybe you just hang out. You can't get penalized from stalling. You're at the top of the mountain. What do they expect? You know? Cool? Okay. So again, I've gotten past his ankles, I've gotten past his knees, now it's an arm fight situation. I definitely want to get head and arm control, but for whatever reason, I can't get it, and I got to do something that can be split, otherwise I'm going to lose what I've accomplished so far. So I go here, right? Now, you know, maybe I'm walking my foot up, or maybe I'm not, okay? Maybe I'm not walking my foot up, you know? And maybe my head's way up, and I'm like looking over at the scoreboard, or I'm like, you know, looking at my coach, you know, who's yelling silly stuff. Be strong! What do you do? What do you do if a guy's here with his head totally up? Yeah, see? There you go. That's what I'm, there you go, see? I think I learned this from Maz. Anyway, here. Come to my house. So, right, so Maz got past my knees. He's here. It's a hand fight. He wants head and arm control, but I'm not giving it to him. So he goes here. So he doesn't lose his position. And then his head is up. Maybe he's looking at the scoreboard. Maybe he's looking at a coach. Maybe he's looking at his, I don't know, wife or a hot girl in the stand. Or who knows. But he's foolish enough to have his head up. So what do? This hand goes around. Then you go palm to palm. Right? And then there's nothing stopping you from taking him in this direction. Right? Put the foot on the mat. Wah! And then you're up. And then you're here. Right? So let's move back. Let's move back over here. I'll make sure it's all getting captured on camera. You land in this position here. Can you submit a guy with this? Yeah, if you're big and heavy and you smell a lot like onions, maybe. You know what I mean? There's more of a smother, you know? But how do you submit a guy with this truly? This hand here comes through. And then, because when you're in this position, see how the guy can't move his arm? See, his arm is stuck. This hand here can just come through, kind of like an uppercut. I'll do it again. That last part's just a cherry on the cake, or cherry on the sundae, or whatever. It's the sweet we're talking about. The guy's in your half guard. He's here. He's foolishly put his head up, right? You go here and here, right? Some of you might be thinking, hey, isn't that a neck crank? Won't you get DQ'd? It's not a neck crank, because he has the option of being swept. It's only a neck crank or submission when his only choice is to tap. You know what I mean? You follow me? But here I have this and this. Look. I'm not even pulling on his head. I'm not even doing this. We're just going. See? Right? And then I'm here. And then I can try and do this and pinch his nose. And, you know, I had onions for breakfast. You know? See if that'll submit him. But probably it won't. And from here, if you wish, this hand here, even though the kimono's kind of in the way for it, this hand here can come through. Here and here. Seal the deal with you guys. Okay? So, we've talked about... Right? Again, I've gotten past his knees. I'm my thigh between his thighs. I'm kneeling. He's here. I was trying to get head and arm control. I couldn't get it. So rather than lose what I've accomplished, I go here. Right? Here we are. If I begin walking the foot up like so, Naz makes a hook, and he puts me over here, and then he takes my back and gets the 4. Go ahead. See? He gets the 4. I'm in big trouble. Good. That's a good move, right? Like I said, when you do that, make sure you have not just The hook, but also the lid on the pot. If you don't have the lid on the pot, you just make the hook. The guy maybe is going to get out past your guard. Okay, 3. Here we are. Here we are. You see what I mean? Fantastic. So, the second thing, he's not walking his leg up, right? Instead of his leg being up, his head is up. He's like, Mom, I'm gonna, Over he goes. Okay? Let me ask you a question. What if he doesn't want to get swept? What is he going to put for base over there? Is it going to be this hand? If you're here, can he escape this hand to that side? What about this hand? Is he going to put it on the mat over there? No. What about this leg? Can he put it on the mat over there? No. The only thing he can do to not get swept is to take this leg, right? Here, do it, Gomez. And he puts this leg way out, so you're not going to sweep me. What's this going to be? This is totally re-guarding. See? Ah, damn. You follow me? Okay, let me do it to you. So, the guy was in your guard, your half guard, he's here, his head is up, you get this, with the, whatever you want to call this, the S grip, or whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? Then you go to put the guy over, he doesn't want to go, puts this leg way out, to give himself space, put it way up this. There you go. So can you take him over now? No, but you can very easily get back to guard and look where you are. You know, I don't know if this is going to submit him, but this is very likely going to get back to you. You just weasel around. You see what I mean? You follow me? Okay. So let's say the guy, he got past your knees, both your knees, or it was a hand fight, and rather than allow this to happen, he puts his body over here, right? But now he's his elbows are on the mat, put your elbows on the mat, like so, and he's past your guard, he's here, okay? So he's not putting his head up, like so you can't nab it. You see what I mean? He's not walking his leg up, and he's very this way. His head is way down, his leg is way like this. Maybe not that much, because that's sort of silly. But here's what you do, okay? You hold on to the back of his tricep, and you hold on, you get as low as you can on the sleeve, you push his arm way down, you pull the leg way up, and then you show your feet to the sky gods. Okay? Now, I like to emphasize, I am not bridging. Okay? I'm doing a back roll. Excuse me. I'm not doing this. Okay? I'm doing arm down, leg up. The laughing is optional. You know, although it does, you know, if you guys get swept and you're laughing while you're doing it, it's just a burn. You know what I mean? So, again, Mass is up past my knees. He's going to hand fight. He's going here. Okay? His head isn't up, so I can't nab it. His leg isn't up, so I can't make an underhook. I push way down in his tricep. I pull way up on his pant. Okay? And then I show my feet to the sky gods. You know what I mean? The podiatrists that live in the clouds. And then, and here I am. And you'll notice now that Maz can now do the exact same thing to me. He can push down my tricep, pull up my pants, show his feet to the sky gods. See? Okay? You follow me? But if you sweep a guy with this, and then he sweeps you back with the same sweep, that's humiliating. Here, riddle me this. Let's say the guy's here, right? And you're tipping him over onto his face, and you want to put him over, and he doesn't want to go onto his face. What's he going to do? He's going to put his hands on the mat, and he's going to back up. See what I mean? He doesn't want to go that way, so he's going to try to make his face more over here. So you just put him back in the guard again. Right? Here, let me show you on next. Wow, really yeah. So this is the exact same thing we were just doing, the re-guarding, right? So let's say I'm here, and as he's pushing down my arms, and he's pulling my arms, whoa, I don't want to go that way. I'm backing up, I'm doing this, and I'm back. Yeah, see, and he just re-guards. Damn you! See? You follow me? So the guy's countering the Shaolin sweep by posting his hands and backing up. You can just re-guard like we did a moment ago, and then it's the exact same Ezekiel, rear naked, bow and arrow, whatever. Collect the 4. All right?